Right. Let's see another specific case of quadratic equation. Now here, as we know, a cannot be 0 in the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. A cannot be 0. And just now we have seen what happens if b is 0. Now here what happens if c is 0. Let us see how the new equation now appears. Ax square plus bx. There is no term of c because constant is 0 now. So it is simply ax square plus bx equal to 0. Can either of you suggest me how to solve now? It's clearly visible. What can I do to get the value of x in such a case? The equation appears like this. What can I do to get the solution of this equation?
By taking out x as a common factor.
Okay. What happens if I take out x as a common factor? Becomes x times ax plus b equal to 0. This is what we are discussing, methods of factorization. Now if you look at x is a linear factor, ax plus b is also a linear factor. So how many linear factors are there? There are two linear factors present and their product is 0. When will product of two numbers become 0? If either x is 0 or ax plus b is 0. Now x is 0 itself is one value. In the second case, ax can be written as minus b and I get x value as minus of b by a. So now in this case, how many solutions are there? X equal to 0 is one solution and x equal to minus b by a is one solution. So do I have two solutions for this quadratic equation now? In this case, when c becomes 0, the equation is directly factorizable and I end up with getting two solutions. One is 0 and another one is minus b by a. Is that clear to all three? If none of these a, b, c are zeros, then I have to follow the complete factorizing system of how does the quadratic equation, how we used to do it in the lower classes. Let us observe what happens in this case. That's what we are discussing. If I have ax square plus bx plus c, I'm not even talking about quadratic equation, I'm talking about quadratic expression only. Then I should have two linear factors to this. Say one is x minus alpha and another one is x minus beta. There are two linear factors. Just now in the beginning we have seen quadratic, that is second degree polynomial, should have two factors. But here I am writing something. I'll mark it with a different color pen so that you can also understand what I am talking about. Why I wrote a outside here? Two linear factors x minus alpha and x minus beta should be sufficient. Why I mentioned that a as a separate factor outside? It's not a linear factor. Remember, a is only a constant. It doesn't have any x in it. So it's not a third factor. There are only two linear factors. One is x minus alpha and the other one is x minus beta. These are the only two linear factors. My question is, why did I bring in this a here? Instead of saying this quadratic equation should have two linear factors, x minus alpha and x minus beta. Why I mentioned that a there? Could anybody identify? Maybe the sum and product of alpha beta have an a in them. Okay, I'll suggest. It will be more clear if I use numericals. Then you'll automatically understand what I'm talking. So suppose I have something like 3x square plus 7x minus 6. That's a quadratic polynomial. When I start factorizing them, whatever I get, maybe I'll get x minus, say, I'm just using some rough numbers, x minus 3 or say x minus 4 into say x minus 9 something, x plus 9 something. This need not be 4 and 9 because they'll definitely be fractions. X minus something, x plus something, like this I get two factors. What happens if I reverse follow this method? I mean multiply these two linear factors and try to go here. X into x will give me x square, minus 4 into x will give me minus 4x, 9 into x will give me plus 9x, minus 4 into 9 will give me minus 36. You observe here, whatever is this x terms that I can map with 7x, whatever is the constant that I can map with 6. But am I getting 3x square back? I'm getting only x square when I multiply two linear factors. But actually what I need is 3x square. Whatever these constants are, because there are fractions, I just took them for understanding purpose, 4 and 9. But they may be 4 by something, 9 by 6, something like that. There will be fractions. So these two terms will change. But whatever this 4 or 5 by 3 or 9 or 9 by 6, will they affect my x square term? So how do I make this x square to get converted to 3x square? Are you getting my question? What should I do to convert this x square factor as 3x square term? Both x minus 4 and x plus 9 should be outside multiplied by 3. Then only I'll end up by getting this whole product multiplied with 3. Then it becomes 3 times x square, where I got minus 12x plus 27x minus 108, whatever. Now these two will contribute to 7x. This number will contribute to 6. Did I get the 3x square back? So what is the role of this 3 here? It is that number which is corresponding to the coefficient of x square here, because otherwise without this a outside, remember very carefully this statement, without this a outside, my second degree term is always going to be x into x only. That gives me x square. All the remaining factors would be minus alpha x, minus beta into x, minus into minus, plus alpha into beta. These terms will be okay. But none of these terms are going to contribute to my x square, wherein I'm not interested in x square. What I'm supposed to get is ax square. So how do I get this a? Provided this whole product is multiplied by a. That's why after two linear factors, I must also look at the coefficient of x square and write it as a product outside. Now is that idea clear? What we are talking here? That ax square plus bx plus c, when it factorized into two linear factors, it would end up with x minus alpha and x minus beta. But what we always miss is this a, which is constant at the x square term. That should be multiplied outside. So ax square plus bx plus c when factorized should appear like a times x minus alpha and a times x minus beta, a into x minus alpha into x minus beta. Is my box clear to all? What I expressed inside the box, is that idea clear to everyone? Right. Now, how does this factorizing method work? Now, this is procedure of factorization. How does this factorizing methods work? If I have an equation which is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, right? This is how a quadratic equation is. Till now, whatever we are discussing on the board, it is only for expression. Now what I am writing here is for equation. I need x values out of this. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, and just now we have seen from that box above that ax square plus bx plus c is nothing but a times x minus alpha times x minus beta should be 0. So this equation and this equation are same. That means finding solution of this is same as finding solutions of this. And finding solution of the second equation is more easy, because product of three numbers is 0, in which one number can never become 0, because you remember the condition for quadratic equation, A cannot be 0. So first term cannot be 0. Then only possibility is either x minus alpha is 0 or x minus beta is 0. This gives me a solution x equal to alpha, and this gives me a solution x equal to beta. So did I get the two solutions of this quadratic equation? Actually, these are the solutions of this quadratic equation. But what does this box says? This expression is same as that of this expression. That means the roots of the right hand side should also be the roots of left hand side. Have you got now how to solve by using a factorization method? Then we'll see a small example to understand the discussion. Is the theoretical discussion clear to all?